Hey everyone, just wanted to talk about data backups. This was kind of prompted by me coming across again another company that has lost data. And I wanted to kind of get it out there about some really key things that I think every business owner should take into account. And you might not be doing the backups yourself, you might have a staff member do it or an offsite company. But in this video, I just wanted to give you some questions or some points just to think about, and you can forward those on and just kind of get a greater understanding, if you don't already, of what's happening with your data, because you need to think about it now when everything's running really smoothly, so that when a catastrophe hits, you can actually restore your backup and resume business. So the first thing you need to think about is how often are you doing your backups, so your backup interval. And that really depends on how much data you're comfortable with losing. So there's no point in doing backups every 7 days if you're not willing to lose, or you're not comfortable with losing half an hour's worth of data. So you really need to make sure that your backups are being done in the right interval. The next thing you need to think about is where your backups are actually being stored. So there's no point in doing a backup of a server, putting it on a hard drive, and then storing that hard drive next to the server or in the same building, for example. Because if that doesn't really protect against things, like a physical thing from happening, like the building going up in flames. So it's really important that when you do backups, you separate it from where you actually did your backup, or the server that you're backing up, for example. So a lot of people, they do backups onto an external hard drive. They might put it in their car. That's a really easy way to do it. Or they back up to the cloud automatically. That's also a very good way to do it as well. So just think about where your backups are being stored. And the last thing you need to think about is making sure that your backups are actually being tested. So what I mean by tested is that someone is regularly taking some of your backups and actually restoring it and making sure that all the data is there, so you're backing up all the right things, making sure that the backups are being run in the correct interval and they're not corrupted, for example. And by doing this process, you get a whole heap of information. You get information like how quick was it for you to restore your backup. And that's great for you to know as a business owner, because you want to know when something happens, how quick can you get back on deck and resume business. So those are 3 points that I think are a great starting point when talking about backups. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks.